Hi everyone, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 where we're going to install OpenNebula 4.0 on Ubuntu Raring, so 13.04. So in our previous video we set up our hosts here. So we created two VMs, the first one just being a base install for the front-end server here for OpenNebula, and then we clone that to create sort of a base hypervisor there. We'll work on the hypervisor in a different video, but for now, let's get going on the install. So first, let's power up our VM and make sure everything's working properly from where we left off in the previous video. I don't care about the floppy drive. Great, so everything looks good. Okay, so it picked up our IP address there. My little home router is just doing DHCP. Okay, so now that we have the IP address, I'm just going to open up my Putty connection manager. So this is just Putty with a sort of tabbed session manager for it. So just going to pick our default. And let's connect. There we go. Let's make that a bit bigger. Okay, so now that we have access to our host, we're going to just hop over to the OpenNebula website. And this is essentially their documentation page with all the guides for installation and all the setup, configuration, and command help. So we're interested in planning and installing the installation. In our case, I'm going to install from source, and we also want to make sure that we reference the build dependencies here. So I'll be posting some of the links I've used to gather information for the install, as well as sort of a little step-by-step guide on the command line, just on our blog here at cloudology.com. And so it'll just be a little easier to reference, I think, than having to pause the video all the time and see what I'm doing. So again, we'll be installing from source. Again, for your certain distribution, you may have different packages available for you. I think in the downloads here, there's all kinds of different official packages here for your distribution. It's also available in all the different tarballs here. I believe this is the one we want. So as I don't want to go through a browser, I had to dig for this a bit, but dev.opennebula.org, packages. grab that link. And let's go ahead and do the download. Just going to install it in our local user's home directory here. And unpack that. Great, and there we go. So next, we're going to concern ourselves with the dependencies we need to build this from source. So let's go back. So we're going to essentially grab these. So I've gone through and basically formed all the packages based on those dependencies that we want. I'm also just going to use the SQLite database, the default database for the OpenNebula server. We don't necessarily need the MySQL database backend for our home lab. Great. So with that done, I just noticed at the beginning here I was complaining about not able to resolve the host name here. So I believe we just need to update our host file. And then next, I'm just going to create the one admin group and user. Give it a group ID of 1001. So on the bash shell, and set the home directory to varlib1. And the username oneadmin. Just a typo there, sorry about that. Okay, so with the admin user created, let's go ahead and install the software. So the OpenNebula source basically uses this software constructor, I believe it is. So we're just within the directory here we unpacked. From the tarball, we're just going to run scones. It's going to configure it here for our system. Okay, so that completed there. Now we're just going to run the install. So there's a install script there. just going to pass the username and group for our one admin user that we created. Let's try running that sudo. I think that was it. So let's check the varlib1, the home directory for the one admin user. You can see the OpenNebula directory is created there. So it looks like everything's in place. So next there's some Ruby Gem dependencies. So the OpenNebula provides a script to install those as well here, which is nice. And that will run here. Yeah, this should be it. There we go. Now, I believe in the documentation you can pass all kinds of things. There's certain gems specific to the Sunstone web UI and that type of thing, so you don't have to install everything here, but in our case I'm just going to have it install everything. Yeah, so this is essentially that list I was talking about for Sunstone, Quota, the Ozone Server Cloud, LDAP authentication. There's some you may not need, so you can omit those, but just running the install script will install all of them for us. Okay, so those are all done. And let's switch over to the one admin user here. And we're going to generate our SSH keys here. RSA. We're also going to add our own config. So these values here I saw recommended on the OpenNebula website here. They're useful to the hypervisor host connections it has to make there, so we just don't want it to hang if there's some connection issues with the polling and monitoring that's happening there. So next we're just going to create our one directory. And then also create a one auth file. And here we're just going to enter in our username and password that the one admin user is going to use to authenticate to the OpenNebula server. And that should do it. So we're just going to start, excuse me, just going to start OpenNebula. And from now we should be able to issue a OpenNebula command. So let's just maybe have a look at the users here. So one user list. And we can see the results return there, so it's a good indication that our OpenNebula daemon is running, and we're able to connect to the OpenNebula server using this one-admin account. You can also add the -x option there just to see the XML results. And in addition to the 1D, we can start up the Sunstone server here, which is the web GUI. And I think that's going to conclude our install of OpenNebula 4.0 from source on Ubuntu 13.04. The subsequent videos we'll get into a little bit more of the configuration that can be done within, but for now I think that will be it for this video, just to go through the basic install for everyone. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos. Thanks.